Good evening, motherfuckers. Today is February 13th, 2020, motherfucking 2. Another day, another year. Russia, 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 Russia. Man, Russia. That's an evil ass empire, man. That is an evil motherfucking empire. That Putin motherfucker, that's a devil. That is a devil. You know why? He's gonna invade Ukraine. He is gonna invade Ukraine. And he's gonna take over Ukraine. And he's gonna make those Ukrainians eat live rabbits. Don't even cook that bitch. Don't even skin it. Eat it! Motherfucker! See, I'm Darth Vader. The dark side. The dark side. Darth Vader, bitch. But hold up, man. I don't think he's... I don't know, man. Maybe he's dumb. Because back in December, he was going to invade Ukraine. But in January, it's imminent. He's going to do it any day. And in February, he's going to do it now. Any second. Got all his troops. Airplanes, tanks, everything. He's going to invade. Then he's going to stage a false flag attack to justify his invasion. Then he's going to fire missiles and drop bombs from the air and then send in his ground troops. And then he's waiting for the ground to get cold and hard so his tanks can roll over there. And I'm like, God damn, man. What the fuck is wrong with Putin? Would you just fucking invade Ukraine already? I mean, you're making him look dumber. That is Biden and his people. You're making them look dumber than Bush and his WMDs. I mean, at least they came up with the yellow cake uranium shit and went to UN and said, yeah, we have this yellow cake, and I went down to the Niger and got all this yellow cake and made a cake and put some icing on it and we ate a piece of it and that shit was good, man. That yellow cake, that shit was good. Damn! He has WMDs and we're gonna go there and we're gonna blow him up. I didn't find shit. Oh, he hit him. Ain't nothing. So, listen, Biden and Sullivan and all you motherfuckers, you're really looking like fools. Because it's like, goddamn, when's he gonna do this shit? You're fucking up the stock market. You're fucking everything up. Then the Ukrainians, they're like, well, it's all good out here, man. I mean, we cool. And then they get on the phone with the Ukrainian president. The Ukrainian president tells Biden, look, man, just calm down a little, man. You're creating all this panic. And then the Russians like, well, we ain't really trying to invade shit. And then the Germans are like, well, he ain't really gonna invade. We'll send you some helmets. And then the U.S. military's in high alert. And we're gonna evacuate all the embassy personnel because it could happen any day. And it ain't happened, man. Well, he's waiting for the Olympics to end. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Why don't you Americans just invade Ukraine and then paint your tanks like Russian tanks? And when you drop bombs, make sure you put on there made in Russia. And then say, see, he invaded Ukraine. We told you he invaded Ukraine. Because you're looking like fucking fools. What's going on? What's going on? Minsk agreements haven't been honored by the Ukrainians. They were sanctioned by the UN Security Council. Nord Stream 2 pipeline from Russia to Germany to feed Europe natural gas, which they fucking need. The one that was going through Ukraine got caught up in all kinds of craziness, so it's not really working right. And Ukraine and Poland were getting some money off of that, but now if they run this shit direct to Germany, Ukraine and Poland ain't gonna get no money out of that. The US wanted to sell Europe natural gas, liquefied natural gas, and if this shit Nord 2 goes through, then they won't be able to get money off of that. Not good. And then in the 90s, when the USSR was dissolved, there was a gentleman's agreement with the West that the US and the West, Europeans, would not encroach on Russia militarily. And now they want to place missiles in Ukraine and Poland, right on Russia's borders. There's a lot that's not being said. A lot. And so we get this hype about Russian aggression. And no, I'm not a Russian agent. I don't work for Putin. As if I worked for Putin, I'd tell him, you gotta pay me at least $20 million a year. And I'd be living a good life. Driving around in my big car. Living in my big house. But I'm not living a good life because Putin ain't paying me no $20 million a year, because I'm not Putin's agent. CIA, FBI, don't fucking tap my goddamn phones. I am not Putin's agent. Alright? YouTube, do not censor me because I'm not spreading misinformation and I'm not Putin's agent. I'm just stating the facts. The facts that nobody will tell you. Because CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, they have retired generals who are attached to the defense industry as advisors. And these advisors like war. Because when there's war, money's made. The U.S. natural gas industry has vested interests in selling their natural gas to Europe. If they have this pipeline from Russia, they don't make money. There's vested interests. So they hype shit up. But the problem is, this is Russia. They got nuclear missiles. And Putin said it. Maybe it wasn't relayed on Western media. Maybe CNN did not air that shit. Maybe Fox News did not air that shit. But Putin said it. If you motherfuckers attack Russia, we got nuclear missiles. We'll use them. Putin said that shit. I'm not bullshitting. Go research for yourself. It's not misinformation. Putin said we will use nuclear missiles. So are these motherfuckers crazy? Are they crazy? Do they want to start a nuclear fucking war just so they could sell some fucking armaments? I mean, they already sold 500 billion to Ukraine. Ain't that enough? Can he now just shut the fuck up so the markets could calm down and I could go out there and trade and make my fucking money without the spreads getting fucking wide as shit? God damn. We got nutcases running this country. We got nutcases out there in the media. Do you motherfuckers want... Nobody wins. Putin said it himself. Nobody will win. We push a button. They push a button. They push a button. They push a button. Boom, 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 boom. Mushroom clouds all over the place. And guess what, bitches? Then you don't have to worry about global warming anymore. Because it'll be a big ass, long ass nuclear winter. Half of humanity will be dead. Then you don't have to worry about overpopulation anymore. Fuck, you don't have to worry about inflation anymore. There won't be shit to buy. You can have all the money, Mr. Billionaires. What you gonna spend it on? Misinformation. Why don't you censor them, YouTube? They're spreading misinformation. Listen. It's as simple as this. Let the Russians sell their natural gas. Implement the Minsk Agreement. Stop threatening Russia with putting nuclear missiles on their borders. I mean, how would America feel if Russia placed nuclear missiles in Mexico? Or placed armaments in Mexico and Canada and surrounded America with their armaments? How the fuck would we feel? I don't think Americans would go to sleep at night quite easily knowing that at any moment, somewhere out there in Russia, someone could push a button and boom, there goes America. Misinformation. Inflation. Supply chains. Interest rates. I'm just perplexed with all these expert economists and people who know everything. How come nobody has come out and said the very basic fundamental definition of inflation is when you have too much money chasing too few goods? I'll say that again. When you have too much money chasing too few goods. In 2020, they shut down production all over the world. They shut down global economies. Nothing was being produced. Nothing. At the same time, they printed money like crazy. Printed money. Now, I agree that to a certain extent, the stimulus made sense to a certain extent. But when you got people locked down, there's no production, so people can't really spend money. So the economy is shut down not because of a recession, not because people are not buying shit, but because you've shut shit down. Why do you need a stimulus? Why do you need to put money in people's pockets? They got nowhere to spend it. But they did. Paycheck Protection Program. You gave companies money to maintain their employees, which means they could still pay their employees, but then you gave those employees unemployment. And then you doubled the unemployment benefits. But everything is shut down. What sense does that make? I mean, if shit was still open and there's no jobs, okay, help people out. But if everything is shut down, it just don't add up. So you put all this money out there. You put all this money out there and you shut down production. What the fuck do you expect? You're not producing shit, but you got all this money. What the fuck do you expect? And then interest rates are at zero. So I could go out there and borrow money for nothing. Free money. Money just flooded the economy. And then when you open things back up, and now you gotta ramp production back up, but there's all this money that's been sitting in people's pockets, so now they're like, let's go spend. But there's nothing to spend it on. What do you expect? And then the Biden administration and their green policies shuts down oil production. So now the amount of oil in the market has diminished significantly. The demand for oil is now up because you open shit back up. Of course the price of oil is gonna go up. What the I'm confused, man. I mean, do you have to be an idiot to work for the government? Do you have to be an idiot to make policy decisions for the government? Because these are idiotic people who can't think. Who can't think. I mean, I'm confused, man. It has nothing to do with supply chain shit. You have too much fucking money circulating in the economy and not enough goods being produced. And then the chips, not the Doritos chips, but the chips that go into all your shit, were invented in America. And then they decided, oh, we don't want to manufacture those, so we're going to send them to Taiwan, to China. You send all your manufacturing to China, and now you're antagonizing China? What if China took over Taiwan? And Taiwan produces 80% of all the chips in the world. What if China took over Taiwan tomorrow? What the fuck would America do? You gotta be an idiot to not see these things. And they just make up these excuses. These excuses. Until all that money is sucked out of circulation inflation will keep going up. Plain and simple. It ain't about no supply chain issue. There's just too much fucking money in circulation. The Fed has been pumping $100 billion each month into the market, the bond market, with their repo activities. $100 billion each month. 1.2 trillion a year for what, 5-6 years now? Man, listen, America, it's bad. It's bad. Farmers aren't going to grow corn this year. It's too expensive. Corn feeds cows. Corn feeds chickens. Corn goes in about 60 to 70% of all the fucking shit you find in the supermarket shelf and the grocery store shelf. If corn is reduced in terms of supply, everything in the store is going to go up. Corporations are leveraged out the ass. Consumers are leveraged out the ass. The housing market is leveraged out the ass. If you increase interest rates, you're going to bust about 5 bubbles like that. You bust those bubbles, the economy does not go into a recession, it goes into a depression. A depression at a time when you have inflation. Shit is bad. And nobody is talking about it because nobody knows what the fuck to do. So they're hiding their head and hoping that something happens. I don't know what. Maybe that's why they want to start a nuclear war. Because they don't know what the fuck to do. You increase interest rates, the commercial real estate market crashes. Banks are stuck with all these loans. What the fuck are banks gonna do? You increase interest rates, the residential real estate market crashes. You increase interest rates, corporations go bankrupt. And there's no way you're gonna fight inflation until you take money out of the market. We are in a fucked up situation. And nobody is saying shit about it. The media, supply chain. It ain't no supply chain shit. Listen, man. If you believe in God, it's time to start praying. It's time to start praying. Because shit's fucked up. We're about to go to war with Russia. Inflation is here to stay. And it's going to be here for at least another 2 years. And by the end of this year, it should hit about 10%. And if the Fed increases rates to 2%, not 3, not 4, to 2%, you're going to see a lot of consumers filing for bankruptcy. You're going to see a lot of corporations filing for bankruptcy. You're going to see the real estate market, commercial and residential, collapse. You're going to see the stock market crash. You're going to see a lot of municipal and state governments, if not filing for bankruptcy, they're going to be in some serious fucking shit. It's a fucked up situation. I'll make this prediction now. By the end of this year, inflation will be at least 10%. And the Fed will have no choice but increase interest rates. And you're going to see the stock market drop by at least 30%. You're going to see a major collapse in the commercial real estate market, especially office spaces, downtowns. You're going to see ghost downtowns. You're going to see a ghost Manhattan, a ghost Chicago, a ghost LA downtown. You're going to see the residential market collapse. And you might just as well see another banking crisis. It's fucked up. And I don't see no way out. But I think the best thing